Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're going to be diving into the world of generative AI.
Okay.
You've given us a PDF excerpt, a guide to building, scaling, and securing generative AI solutions. And wow, there is so much to unpack here.
Yeah.
You're probably already familiar with AI that can, tell a cat from a dog.
Right.
But generative AI, that takes a step further. It can actually create a whole new breed of cat, one that's never been seen before.
Wow.
We're talking about AI writing Shakespearean sonnets, composing symphonies, and even designing new drug molecules.
Right.
It's AI that can create, not just categorize,
Yeah.
but even the most brilliant AI needs the right foundation, right?
Right.
That's where data engineering comes in.
Yeah.
Think of it as the unsung hero behind every AI masterpiece. So what's the most mind-blowing thing about data engineering that most people wouldn't even realize?
I think it's the fact that data engineering isn't just about storing data. It's about building the entire ecosystem that allows AI to thrive.
Oh, okay.
So think about how Netflix recommends movies. It's data engineering that allows them to collect your viewing history, combine it with millions of other users' preferences,
Right.
and then generate those eerily accurate suggestions.
Yeah.
That's the power of a well-built data pipeline in action.
So it's more than just a data dump. It's about creating a whole infrastructure for AI to learn and grow.
Right.
And our PDF excerpt dives deep into this world, especially when it comes to generative AI. It goes way beyond traditional AI, which is usually focused on like tasks like classification or prediction.
Right.
Generative AI is all about creating something new, something that didn't exist before. It's almost like AI is tapping into the human ability to imagine and create.
Yeah, and what's really fascinating is how far generative AI has come. I mean, we've gone from basic probabilistic models in the 70s to these incredibly powerful deep learning algorithms today.
Oh, yeah.
So, for example, early models might have struggled to write a simple sentence. Now we have AI that can write a full screenplay or even compose a symphony in the style of Beethoven.
It's like AI went from finger painting to creating masterpieces in just a few decades.
Exactly.
And our excerpt mentions some pretty mind-blowing examples of this in action. Like AI-generated artwork selling for millions at auctions.
I know.
Can you believe that?
It's incredible. It's a sign of how AI is starting to blur the lines between human and machine creativity. And it's not just about art for art's sake.
Right.
In fields like medical research, generative AI is revolutionizing drug discovery and treatment development.
Right.
It can generate synthetic data that allows researchers to test hypotheses and develop new solutions without relying solely on real patient data.
So it's not just about creating pretty pictures or catchy tunes. It has the potential to actually save lives.
Exactly.
But let's go back to the foundation for a second. The PDF emphasizes how crucial data engineering is for any generative AI project. It's like building a house. You need a solid foundation before you can even think about the fancy decorations.
Exactly. And that foundation starts with collecting the right data. And it's not just about gathering any data you can find.
Right.
It's about being strategic and intentional. If you're training an AI to write movie scripts, you wouldn't feed it data about cooking recipes.
Right. Of course not.
The data needs to be specific and relevant to the task at hand.
It's like teaching someone to bake a cake. You wouldn't give them a cookbook full of pasta recipes.
Right.
And speaking of tools, our excerpt talks about different data collection methods, each with its own strengths. There's web scraping for gathering info from websites, APIs for seamless data sharing between systems, and even data from sensors and IoT devices.
Yeah. And once you have the data, you need a place to store it.
Okay.
That's where choosing the right toolbox comes in. Databases, data warehouses, data lakes, each serving a different purpose.
But wouldn't a data lake just become a giant, messy swamp of information if you're not careful? How do you avoid that?
That's a great question. The key is to have a clear strategy for organizing and managing the data within the data lake. Think of it like a library. You need a system for categorizing and indexing the book so you can actually find what you're looking for. Otherwise, it's just a room full of random pages.
So it's about creating order out of chaos, even when dealing with massive amounts of data.
Precisely. And the choice of storage, whether it's a structured database or a flexible data lake, depends on the specific needs of the AI project. It's about picking the right tool for the job.
Okay, so we've got the data collected, we've got it stored, but how does it actually get to the AI? That's where the concept of a data pipeline comes in, right?
Exactly. A data pipeline is like a conveyor belt, moving data from its source to the AI model.
Okay.
Our excerpt uses the example of creating personalized marketing content. It's a perfect illustration of how a data pipeline works in practice.
Walk me through it. How does the data flow in this scenario?
So imagine data being collected from all sorts of places: CRM systems, websites, social media.
Sure.
This data is then cleaned and transformed using the techniques we discussed earlier, like removing duplicates and handling missing values.
Okay.
Once the data is prepped, it's fed into the AI model, which has been trained to understand patterns and relationships within the data.
Right.
The model then uses this knowledge to generate personalized marketing content tailored to individual customers.
So it's like a factory, taking raw materials and transforming them into a finished product. But in this case, the product is targeted marketing messages.
Exactly.
And this entire process is automated within the data pipeline, right? It's not like someone's manually moving data from one stage to the next.
That's right. A well-designed data pipeline automates the entire data flow, ensuring that data is processed efficiently and consistently.
Okay.
And as we delve deeper into the world of data pipelines, we encounter two main approaches: real-time and batch processing.
Okay.
These approaches dictate how data is processed and ultimately impact the speed and responsiveness of the AI system.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Can you break down the difference between real-time and batch processing using some real-world examples?
Absolutely. Think of real-time processing like your bank instantly detecting a fraudulent transaction.
Okay.
The system analyzes the data as it arrives and takes immediate action if something seems suspicious.
Got it.
Batch processing, on the other hand, is like your favorite online store updating its inventory overnight.
Yeah.
The system collects all the sales data from the day and processes it in one go at a scheduled time.
So real-time is all about speed and immediacy, while batch processing is more about efficiency and handling large volumes of data.
Exactly.
It's like choosing between a cheetah and an ox. Each has its strengths depending on the situation. Our excerpt even mentions specific tools for each approach: Kafka for real-time and Spark for batch processing. It seems like there's a whole ecosystem of tools out there for building and managing these data pipelines.
Exactly. And just like any complex system, data pipelines require monitoring and maintenance. It's not enough to just set them up and let them run.
Right.
You need to ensure the data quality remains high, the pipeline is performing as expected, any issues are addressed quickly.
So it's like having a team of mechanics constantly checking the engine and making sure everything is running smoothly. You can't just assume that everything will work perfectly without any oversight.
That's right. Monitoring tools like Prometheus and Grafana provide valuable insights into the health and performance of data pipelines, allowing you to identify and resolve issues before they become major problems.
It's all about being proactive and staying ahead of the curve. You don't want your entire AI system to grind to a halt because of a faulty data pipeline.
Exactly. And once the data has made its way through the pipeline, it needs a bit more refining before it's ready for AI training.
Okay.
This is where data preparation comes in. It's a crucial step that often involves multiple stages.
So it sounds like we're prepping the ingredients before we start baking. We can't just throw everything into the bowl and hope for the best.
That's a great analogy. Our excerpt uses the example of preparing news articles for AI training. Imagine having a massive data set of articles that you want to use to train an AI to write news stories.
Okay.
Before you can feed this data into the model, you need to clean it up. This involves removing duplicates, handling missing values, and formatting the text consistently.
It's like editing a draft. You want to make sure the language is clear, concise, and free of errors before you publish it.
Precisely. And beyond cleaning, data preparation also involves feature engineering, which is all about creating new features from the existing data to help the AI learn more effectively.
Okay.
For example, imagine you're building a music streaming service and want to train an AI to recommend songs. You might create features like genre or mood based on the existing song data, giving the AI more information to work with.
So you're essentially giving the AI a richer vocabulary to understand and work with the data.
Exactly.
It's like teaching it to speak the language of music more fluently.
Exactly. Data preparation is all about setting the AI up for success, giving it the best possible data to learn from.
It's clear that data engineering plays a vital role in shaping the success of any AI project, especially when it comes to generative AI. It's not just about the algorithms. It's about the entire ecosystem that supports the AI's growth and development.
That's right. Data engineering is the unsung hero, the foundation upon which all the AI magic is built. Without a solid data infrastructure, even the most advanced AI algorithms would struggle to achieve their full potential.
So it's not just about the fancy AI tricks. It's about the nuts and bolts that make it all work.
Exactly.
Now I'm ready to dive into the deep end. Let's talk about deep learning. Our excerpt mentions it as a powerful subset of machine learning that's revolutionizing AI, especially in the realm of generative AI.
Hmm.
So deep learning it's all about using layered neural networks, algorithms inspired by the structure of the human brain,
Right?
to learn complex patterns from data. Okay, I'm picturing a network of interconnected neurons,
Hmm.
like a vast web of information processing units. But how does this actually work in practice?
So, think of a neural network as a series of layers, each responsible for extracting different features from the data. As data flows through the network, each layer builds upon the previous one, learning increasingly complex representations.
Okay.
It's like starting with a rough sketch and gradually adding more detail until you have a complete and realistic image.
So it's like the AI is learning to see the world through a series of increasingly sophisticated lenses.
Exactly.
And I'm guessing there are different types of neural network architectures, each optimized for specific tasks.
Exactly.
Okay.
For example, convolutional neural networks, CNNs, are great for image data.
Okay.
Recurrent neural networks, RNNs, excel at processing sequential data like text or time series.
Right.
And transformers are the cutting-edge technology behind natural language processing.
So it's like having a team of specialized detectives, each with their own unique skills and expertise.
Precisely.
And within the world of generative AI, our excerpt highlights two star players, GANs and VAEs. I've heard these acronyms thrown around a lot, but I'm still not quite sure what they are.
Sure. So GANs, or generative adversarial networks, are a fascinating concept. Imagine two neural networks engaged in a constant competition.
Okay.
One trying to create realistic data, the other trying to distinguish between real and fake data.
Okay.
As they compete, both networks get better, leading to increasingly realistic data generation.
It's like a forger trying to create perfect copies of a masterpiece while an art expert tries to spot the fakes.
Right.
The competition pushes both sides to become more skilled.
Exactly. And the results can be astonishing. GANs have been used to generate photorealistic images of faces, create synthetic landscapes for video games, and even produce high-fidelity audio.
Wow. It's like AI is becoming a master artist, musician, and world builder all rolled into one.
Yeah.
What about VAEs? How do they differ from GANs?
So VAEs, or variational autoencoders, take a different approach. They focus on learning latent representations of data, essentially the underlying structure and meaning behind the data. Imagine the AI learning the concept of cat without you explicitly telling it what a cat is.
Okay.
It's like the AI is trying to understand the essence of something rather than just mimicking its appearance.
So it's like the AI is learning to understand the world on a more abstract level,
Yeah.
grasping the underlying concepts and relationships.
Precisely. VAEs are incredibly versatile. They can be used to create new product designs based on existing ones, compose music in a certain style, and even generate realistic 3D models.
It seems like both GANs and VAEs are pushing the boundaries of what's possible with generative AI. It's amazing to think that we're now able to teach machines to be creative in such sophisticated ways.
It really is, and the innovation doesn't stop there. Our excerpt also touches upon even more advanced generative models, like transformers, diffusion models, and energy-based models.
It sounds like the world of generative AI is constantly evolving and expanding, with new models and techniques emerging all the time.
Right.
Can you give us a quick overview of these advanced models and what makes them so cutting edge?
Sure. So transformers, with their self-attention mechanisms, have revolutionized natural language processing, enabling highly accurate translations and text generation. They're the powerhouse behind language models like GPT-3, which can generate human-quality text on a wide range of topics.
The transformers are like the masterminds behind AI that can write and translate like a human.
Precisely. And then we have diffusion models, which are making waves in image generation. They work by gradually refining random noise into a coherent image guided by a textual description.
Okay.
For example, DL, a model from OpenAI, uses a diffusion model to create images from textual prompts, allowing you to generate images of anything you can describe.
So I could literally type in a cat riding a unicorn on a rainbow, and DLE could create an image of that.
Exactly. It's blurring the lines between text and imagery in a way that was unimaginable just a few years ago.
Wow.
And then we have energy-based models, which are particularly good at tasks like image completion and in-painting. They can predict missing parts of an image or fill in damaged areas, almost like an AI restoration expert.
It sounds like these advanced models are taking generative AI to a whole new level, enabling AI to create and manipulate images in ways that were previously thought to be exclusive to humans.
Right.
And as we continue to explore the capabilities of these models, we're likely to see even more groundbreaking applications emerge in the years to come.
Absolutely.
It's an exciting time to be witnessing the evolution of generative AI. But before we get too carried away with the possibilities, let's bring it back down to earth for a second and talk about the practical steps involved in implementing a generative AI project.
Okay.
Our excerpt outlines the key steps involved in bringing a generative AI project to life. It starts with planning, defining the objectives, assembling a team, allocating resources.
Right.
So it's like any major undertaking. You need a solid plan and a dedicated team to ensure success.
Exactly. And then comes data preparation, which we've already discussed in detail. This step is crucial for ensuring that the AI model has the right data to learn from and can perform effectively.
Okay.
Once the data is prepped, it's time to choose the right generative model for the task at hand. This decision depends on factors like the type of data, the desired output, and the computational resources available.
It's like choosing the right tool for the job. You wouldn't use a hammer to screw in a light bulb.
Right. And once the model is chosen, it needs to be trained.
Okay.
This involves feeding the data into the model, adjusting parameters, and evaluating the performance.
They're like teaching the AI,
Yeah.
guiding it through the learning process, making sure it's progressing as expected.
Exactly.
And of course, evaluation is crucial.
Yes.
Our excerpt mentions evaluation metrics like inception score for image quality and BLEU score for text generation quality.
Yeah.
These metrics help us assess how well the model is performing and identify areas for improvement.
Right.
It's like grading the AI's homework, making sure it's understanding the material and producing high-quality work.
Exactly.
And finally, once the model is trained and evaluated, it's time to deploy it into the real world.
Mm-hmm.
This involves optimizing the model for performance, integrating it into the target application, and setting up monitoring to track its behavior.
Right.
It's like sending the AI out into the world to apply its newly acquired skills.
Exactly. And of course, deployment isn't the end of the story. Ongoing monitoring, maintenance, and updates are essential to ensure that the AI system continues to perform well and adapt to changing conditions.
It's like any other system. It needs regular checkups and maintenance to stay healthy and productive.
Right.
This entire process, from planning to deployment, highlights the complexity and multifaceted nature of generative AI projects. It's not just about choosing the coolest AI model. It's about building a complete ecosystem that supports the AI's growth and success.
Precisely.
Mm-hmm.
And to build this ecosystem effectively, we need the right tools and frameworks.
Speaking of tools, our excerpt dives into some popular options for both data engineering and generative AI.
Yeah.
Can you give us a rundown of these tools and what makes them so valuable?
Certainly. So on the data engineering side, we have powerful tools like Hadoop and Spark for handling large data sets, and Airflow for orchestrating complex data pipelines.
Okay.
So it's like having a team of heavy lifters and a skilled conductor to manage the entire data orchestra.
And for generative AI, there are frameworks like TensorFlow, PyTorch, and Keras, which provide the building blocks for creating and training neural networks.
Right.
It's like having a set of Lego bricks for building AI models, each brick representing a different function or layer.
Exactly. And of course, cloud platforms like AWS, Google Cloud, and Azure offer powerful tools and resources for generative AI projects, providing scalable infrastructure and pre-built AI services.
It's like having a fully equipped AI laboratory at your fingertips, ready to experiment and innovate.
Right. These tools and platforms have democratized access to generative AI, making it possible for individuals and organizations of all sizes to harness its power.
It's truly remarkable how far we've come in such a short time. But as with any powerful technology, it's important to consider the implications.
Absolutely.
Speaking of which, our excerpt concludes with a glimpse into the emerging trends and directions in generative AI. It's a rapidly evolving field, and it's exciting to imagine what the future holds.
Yeah.
What are some of the trends that you're most excited about?
One of the most exciting trends is the increasing power of large language models, like GPT-4. These models are becoming incredibly adept at understanding and generating human language, opening up a world of possibilities in fields like writing, translation, and even creative storytelling.
It's like having an AI Shakespeare at our disposal, capable of crafting compelling narratives and insightful prose.
Exactly. And we're also seeing the rise of multimodal models, which can handle different types of data, such as text, images, and audio. This opens up exciting possibilities for creating even more immersive and engaging AI experiences.
It's like AI is learning to speak the language of the human senses, becoming more adept at interacting with the world around us.
Right. And another fascinating trend is self-supervised learning, which allows AI to learn from vast amounts of unlabeled data. This could lead to even more powerful and versatile AI models, capable of tackling a wider range of tasks.
It's like AI is becoming more independent, able to learn and grow on its own without constant human supervision.
Exactly. And as AI becomes more integrated with IoT and edge computing, we can expect to see even more real-world applications of generative AI, from personalized healthcare to smart cities and beyond.
It's like AI is becoming a part of the fabric of our lives, subtly influencing and enhancing our experiences in countless ways.
Right. And as AI continues to evolve, it raises profound questions about the future of human AI collaboration.
Yeah.
Will AI become our partner in creativity and problem solving, or will it eventually surpass human capabilities?
It's a question that sparks both excitement and apprehension as we navigate this new frontier. It's clear that we need to approach AI development thoughtfully, ensuring that these powerful technologies are used for the betterment of humanity.
I agree.
This deep dive has been an incredible journey into the world of generative AI and data engineering. It's a complex and rapidly evolving field, but it's also incredibly fascinating and full of potential.
It really is.
And it's a field that requires both technical expertise and a deep understanding of the broader implications. As we continue to explore the possibilities of generative AI, it's important to remember that these technologies are tools, and like any tool, they can be used for good or for bad. The future of generative AI is ultimately in our hands, and it's up to us to shape it responsibly.
Well said. It's amazing to see how generative AI is pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible. It's not just about automating tasks anymore. It's about collaborating with machines to create things we never could have imagined on our own.
Yeah, that's what I find so fascinating about this whole field. It's almost like we're entering a new era of creativity where humans and machines work together as partners.
Right.
And our PDF excerpt dives into some specific examples of this, like uh, in the world of art and design. It talks about AI being used to generate unique patterns for textiles, create stunning visual effects for movies, and even compose original musical scores.
Yeah, it's as if AI is becoming a new kind of artist's toolkit, offering a whole new palette of creative possibilities.
But it's not just about aesthetics, right? This technology has the potential to solve real-world problems in fields like healthcare and engineering.
Absolutely. In healthcare, for instance, generative AI is being used to design personalized prosthetics that are more comfortable and functional than ever before. It's also being used to analyze medical images, helping doctors detect diseases earlier and make more accurate diagnoses.
So it's like having an AI-powered assistant working alongside doctors, enhancing their abilities and leading to better patient outcomes.
Exactly.
And in engineering, generative AI is being used to design lighter and stronger materials, optimize complex systems, and even generate 3D models for rapid prototyping.
Yeah, it's streamlining the design process, allowing engineers to explore a wider range of possibilities and come up with more innovative solutions.
It's clear that generative AI is not just a novelty, it's a powerful tool with the potential to transform a wide range of industries.
Right.
But as with any powerful tool, it's important to use it responsibly. And our PDF excerpt talks about the importance of understanding the limitations of these models and ensuring that they're used ethically.
That's a crucial point. Generative AI models are still in their early stages of development, and they're not without their flaws. For example, they can sometimes generate outputs that are biased or inaccurate, reflecting the biases present in the data they were trained on.
So it's not just about building the models, it's about being aware of their limitations and using them in a way that doesn't perpetuate harmful biases or lead to unintended consequences.
Exactly. We need to be thoughtful about how we design and deploy these models, ensuring that they're used in a way that benefits society as a whole.
You know, it's like anything else. Technology is a tool,
Hmm.
and it can be used for good or for bad. It's up to us to ensure that generative AI is used in a way that aligns with our values and goals.
I couldn't agree more. The future of generative AI is ultimately in our hands, and it's our responsibility to shape it in a way that benefits all of humanity.
Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about the technical side of things.
Yeah.
Our PDF excerpt provides a comprehensive overview of the different types of generative AI models and the techniques used to train them.
Right.
It can be a bit overwhelming at times, but it's fascinating to see how these models work under the hood.
It's like peeking behind the curtain and seeing the inner workings of a complex machine.
Exactly. One of the key concepts that the PDF highlights is the difference between supervised and unsupervised learning.
Yeah, so supervised learning is like teaching a child to read by showing them flashcards with words and pictures.
Okay.
You're providing the model with labeled data, telling it exactly what it's looking at.
Right.
Unsupervised learning, on the other hand, is more like giving a child a stack of books and letting them figure out how to read on their own.
Yeah.
You're not providing any labels. The model has to learn from the data itself.
So supervised learning is more structured and guided, while unsupervised learning is more exploratory and open-ended.
Exactly. And both approaches have their strengths and weaknesses, depending on the task at hand.
The PDF also talks about different types of generative AI models, like GANs, VAEs, and diffusion models, which we touched upon earlier.
Right. Each of these models has its own unique architecture and training process, allowing it to excel at specific tasks.
So it's like having a toolbox full of specialized tools, each designed for a particular job.
Exactly. And the choice of which model to use depends on factors like the type of data you're working with, the desired output, and the computational resources available.
It's clear that generative AI is a complex and multifaceted field, requiring a deep understanding of both the technical and ethical aspects.
Absolutely.
And it's a field that's constantly evolving, with new models and techniques emerging all the time.
Right.
It's an exciting time to be following this space, witnessing the birth of a new era of creativity and innovation driven by the power of AI.
It really is.
Now let's zoom out a bit and talk about the broader implications of generative AI for society as a whole. This technology has the potential to disrupt industries, create new jobs, and even change the way we think about creativity and innovation.
Right. It's a force that's already starting to reshape the world around us, and its impact is only going to grow in the years to come.
One of the key questions that comes up when we talk about generative AI is its impact on the job market.
Yeah.
Some people fear that AI will automate away millions of jobs, leading to widespread unemployment,
Right.
while others argue that AI will create new opportunities and lead to a more productive and innovative economy.
It's a complex issue with no easy answers.
But one thing is clear. We need to be proactive in preparing for the changes that AI is bringing to the workforce.
Absolutely.
This means investing in education and training programs that equip people with the skills they need to thrive in an AI-powered economy.
Right.
It also means fostering a culture of lifelong learning and adaptability, as the skills that are in demand today may be obsolete tomorrow.
Exactly.
And beyond the economic implications, generative AI also raises profound questions about the nature of creativity and innovation. For centuries, we've viewed creativity as a uniquely human trait, but now we're seeing machines that can generate art, music, and literature that rivals human creations.
Right.
It's challenging our assumptions about what it means to be creative and forcing us to rethink the boundaries between human and machine intelligence.
Yep.
Some people see this as a threat, fearing that AI will devalue human creativity,
Right.
while others see it as an opportunity to explore new frontiers of creativity and collaborate with machines to create things that were previously unimaginable.
It's a fascinating debate that's likely to continue for years to come.
But regardless of where you stand on this issue, it's clear that generative AI is having a profound impact on the way we think about creativity and innovation.
Right.
It's a tool that can augment our own creative abilities, helping us to generate new ideas, explore new possibilities, and push the boundaries of what's possible.
Exactly. And as generative AI continues to evolve, we can expect to see even more groundbreaking and transformative applications emerge in the years to come.
It's an exciting time to be alive, witnessing the birth of a new era of creativity and innovation driven by the power of AI.
It really is.
But as we embrace this technology, it's crucial to remember that with great power comes great responsibility.
Absolutely. We need to use generative AI in a way that benefits society as a whole, ensuring that it's used ethically and responsibly.
Well said. Now, before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I want to circle back to something you mentioned earlier, the importance of data.
Right. Data is indeed the lifeblood of generative AI. These models are only as good as the data they're trained on.
Garbage in, garbage out, as the saying goes.
Exactly. If we train these models on biased or inaccurate data, they'll reflect those biases in their outputs.
So it's not just about having lots of data, it's about having high-quality, representative data that reflects the diversity of the real world.
Right.
And this raises important questions about data privacy, ownership, and access.
Yeah.
Who owns the data that's being used to train these models? How do we ensure that data is being used ethically and responsibly?
These are complex issues with no easy answers.
But they're questions we need to be grappling with as generative AI becomes more powerful and pervasive.
Absolutely.
And as we move forward, It's important to have open and honest conversations about these issues, involving stakeholders from all walks of life.
Right.
Because the future of generative AI is not something that's going to be decided by a small group of technologists. It's something that's going to impact all of us, and we all have a role to play in shaping it.
I couldn't agree more. The future of generative AI is a collective responsibility, and we need to work together to ensure that it's a future we can all be proud of.
Well said. Now, we've covered a lot of ground in this part of our deep dive. We've talked about the applications of generative AI, the different types of models, the ethical considerations, and the broader implications for society.
Right. It's been a whirlwind tour, but hopefully it's given our listener a better understanding of this complex and rapidly evolving field.
And in the next part of our deep dive, we'll continue our exploration by diving into some specific examples of how generative AI is being used in various industries.
We'll hear from experts who are using this technology to solve real-world problems, create new products, and push the boundaries of what's possible.
It's going to be an exciting journey, so stay tuned. Welcome back to the deep dive. We've spent this episode exploring this fascinating world of generative AI, from its technical foundations to its impact on creativity and the job market. But as they say, the proof is in the pudding. So let's dive into some real-world examples of how this technology is being applied across different industries.
Yeah, it's incredible to see how quickly generative AI is moving from research labs to practical applications. It's no longer this futuristic concept. It's a tool that's being used today to solve real-world problems and create these amazing new products and experiences.
Let's start with healthcare. We touched on this earlier, but I'm curious to hear more about the specific ways generative AI is being used to improve patient outcomes.
Well, one area where we're seeing tremendous progress is in personalized medicine. Generative AI can analyze a patient's genetic data, medical history, and lifestyle factors to create customized treatment plans that are tailored to their individual needs.
So it's like having an AI-powered doctor who knows your entire medical history and can recommend the best course of treatment for you.
That's a great way to put it. And it goes beyond just treatment plans. Generative AI is also being used to develop new drugs and therapies. It can analyze massive data sets of molecular structures and biological pathways to identify promising candidates for new medications.
So it's accelerating the drug discovery process, potentially leading to faster breakthroughs and treatments for diseases like cancer and Alzheimer's.
Exactly. And another area where generative AI is making a big impact in healthcare is in medical imaging. It can analyze scans like X-rays and MRIs to help doctors detect abnormalities and make more accurate diagnoses.
So it's like having an AI-powered second opinion, enhancing the doctor's ability to see things that might otherwise be missed.
It's a powerful tool that's already improving patient care and saving lives.
Now let's shift gears and talk about finance. It's an industry that's always been at the forefront of technological innovation, so I'm not surprised to see them embracing generative AI.
Yeah, finance is all about data, so it's a natural fit for AI. Generative AI is being used in a variety of ways in this sector, from fraud detection to risk assessment and portfolio optimization.
I could imagine it being incredibly useful for detecting fraudulent transactions. It could analyze patterns in spending behavior and flag anything that seems suspicious.
That's exactly right. And it can do it much faster and more accurately than humans, saving financial institutions millions of dollars in losses.
Wow. It's like having an AI-powered security guard watching over your accounts 24/7.
And beyond fraud detection, generative AI is also being used to assess risk and make better investment decisions. It can analyze market trends, economic data, and company performance to identify investment opportunities and create diversified portfolios that are tailored to specific risk tolerance levels.
So it's like having an AI-powered financial advisor, helping you make smarter investments and grow your wealth.
Precisely, and it can do it in a way that's personalized to your individual goals and circumstances, something that traditional financial advisors often struggle with.
It's clear that generative AI is revolutionizing the way we think about and manage our finances. Now let's move on to a completely different industry, entertainment. We've already talked about AI's ability to create art and music, but I'm curious to hear more about how it's being used in movies, video games, and other forms of entertainment.
Yeah, generative AI is becoming this indispensable tool for content creators in the entertainment industry. It can be used to generate realistic special effects, create immersive virtual worlds, and even write scripts and compose music.
So it's like having a team of AI-powered artists, musicians, and storytellers working alongside human creators.
Exactly. And it's not just about automating tasks. Generative AI can also be used to, enhance creativity and push the boundaries of what's possible in entertainment.
For example, I've heard about AI being used to create hyper-realistic virtual actors that can perform on screen just like human actors.
That's right. These virtual actors can be customized to look and sound however the director wants, and they can perform dangerous stunts or act in scenes that would be impossible for human actors.
It's blurring the lines between reality and fiction in a way that's both fascinating and a little unsettling.
It certainly raises some interesting questions about the future of filmmaking and storytelling. And generative AI is also being used to create immersive video game experiences that are tailored to individual players.
I can imagine AI being used to generate like unique quests, characters, and environments, based on the player's preferences and playing style.
That's exactly right. It could create a truly personalized gaming experience that's different every time you play.
It sounds like generative AI is transforming the entertainment industry in ways we're only beginning to understand. And these are just a few examples of the many ways generative AI is being applied across different industries. It's a powerful technology with the potential to revolutionize the way we live, work, and play.
Yeah, and as the technology continues to evolve, we can expect to see even more innovative and groundbreaking applications emerge in the years to come.
It's an exciting time to be witnessing the rise of generative AI. But as we embrace this technology, it's crucial to remember that we need to use it responsibly and ethically.
Absolutely. We need to be mindful of the potential biases and unintended consequences, and we need to ensure that generative AI is used in a way that benefits all of humanity.
This deep dive has been an incredible journey into the world of generative AI, exploring its technical complexities, its creative potential, and its impact on society.
We've covered a lot of ground, but this is just the beginning. Generative AI is a rapidly evolving field, and there's so much more to discover and explore.
And to our listener, we encourage you to continue learning about generative AI and think critically about its implications.
The future of this technology is in our hands, and we need diverse voices and perspectives to shape it in a way that benefits everyone.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We hope it sparked your curiosity and inspired you to learn more about this amazing world of generative AI.